For those who use their talents, God's going to open up some more talents for you and give you more. Some of you want more, but you ain't even using the resources that God already blessed you with. So you want me to come and give you more resources and you ain't even using the ones that I gave you now? You wicked, slothful, lazy servant. And that's not what I said. That's what God said. And cast the worth. Oh, come on. Let me tell y'all something. For those of you who don't know, like for real, in Matthew 25, it's written in red. And when it's written in red, who's speaking? Oh, come on. Hear what God says. Yep. In verse 30, and cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness. In that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And I'm telling you that God gave you a talent. I don't care if you young, old, blind, crippled, crazy, if you are alive and, oh, come on somebody, and breath is still going through your lungs, you are not existing just for the sake of existing. Why? Because one thing I definitely know, if I don't know nothing else, is that God is a God of purpose. So there is not a second, a millimeter of a second that passes by where God ain't doing something. And doing something with purpose. He never does anything arbitrarily. And I'm saying for some of us right now, like we're not experiencing what we should not be experiencing. Like for real, some of you chased money instead of your gift. And you chased money instead of your gift because you didn't believe God to provide everything that you needed for your gift. And you don't even know. The book just told you. Yo, and this is the reason why unbelievers are blowing up and we ain't blowing up. Because even they know. Even they know. You ever wondered how God, they ain't even believers. They ain't even the body of Christ, but they blowing up. They Gucci'd out. Driving the finest of cars, and you don't even know. Like for real, there's this mindset. Like it's bad to have that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying, Sly? Like they got this understand. Like for real, I'm gonna be fresh all the time. I'm a child of the King. What anybody told you? Amen. You know what I'm saying, Sly? Like for real, I like for real all the time because I'm a child of the King. How you a child of the King and you living mediocre? So that when you're supposed to move into spaces with those who do have, they asking themselves, why should I take on your lifestyle? Look at my lifestyle and look at yours. Look at the house that I live in. And I should be able to be in a position to be like, yo, look at the house that you live in. But let me show you. Look at the house that I live in. Look what I drive. And when I walk into spaces now, and they're like, yep, oh, okay. When you operate in your gift, God opens up more gifts. When you open up more gifts, you start doing things on a level that you've never done things. If it's one thing that I wish the people of God would get, number one, identify what your gift is and eliminate fear. Yeah, some of us are operating in fear. Yeah, you heard what the last servant said? He said, I hid the gift because I was afraid. Afraid? Afraid for what? I didn't give you the spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. You got power that, like for real, the enemy don't even have. He just knows how to distract you from your gift so that you can't be all that God has called you here to be. And I'm saying that our churches will continue to suffer. We will continue to operate in the space that we operating in because we don't know who we are. When you know who you are and you know whose you are, you start adopting the thing that God told you to do, and you stop operating in fear. And when you stop operating, let me tell you something. There's some spaces, and I'm not saying this because I'm trying to brag or nothing. I'm trying to testify to you to the truth of what God can do. Me and my wife started looking at and doing some real estate investments because I'm a firm believer in creating generational wealth. The word says that I should leave an inheritance for my children and my children's children. And some of us looking at our bills right now, and we're looking like, yeah, I don't know about that inheritance thing, so you better get to work. You better get to work quick. And me and God has allowed me because I was operating in my gift. God allowed me to move into some spaces that I would not normally move into had I not been operating in my gift. It allowed me to make some connections and rub some shoulders with some people. Me and Faith was going through it for about 1.5 years, but I realized why. Because she's more of a detail person and she's considering all the details that I'm not considering. And we need that. right? But there's sometimes I'm like, boo, this is as good as it's gonna get. You better get up on here and pull this trigger. And that's where we balance each other out. But now we're about to start making some investments in a way that will allow us a couple of years from now to be in a position to leave an inheritance for my children, help the church, pay a couple tuitions for students who need to go to school, be in a position to do some things. But the reason why some of you can't, remember the first thing that he told Adam and Eve when this whole thing jumped off? He told them, be fruitful, multiply, subdue the earth, have dominion. Some of us can't even get to the place of being fruitful because you're still operating in fear as it relates to your gift. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Quest. Listen to me. February 21st through the 23rd. Where? Miami, Florida. What is it? The Grow Marriage Conference. Let me tell you something. It's about to be phenomenal. We blew out Atlanta, we went to Chicago, and now we're coming to Miami, and it is going to be phenomenal. Listen, if you are dating and looking to be engaged, if you're engaged and looking to be married, if you're married and looking to take your marriage to the next level, then you need to be in Miami, Florida. Guess what, guys? It's free. I'm gonna say it one more time. It's free. February 21st through the 23rd. It's the Grow Marriage Conference, Miami, Florida. The location, we're soon to announce it, right? But if you wanna be in the building, start getting your plane tickets now, because I promise you, February 21st through the 23rd is gonna be phenomenal, right? Where else could you get all of this good stuff? It's the Grow Marriage Conference. Don't meet me there, beat me there.